It was ugly scenes. Tell us exactly what happened.
Well, I'm sitting on the halfway line, and none of us, I think, in that press area saw the skirmishes just while the national anthems were going on. Seems there were skirmishes between the two groups of fans. Now, the real problem here is absolute absence of fan segregation. You got Argentina's support mass there behind the goal, right next to Brazil's organised group of supporters. No segregation there whatsoever. Segregation of fan segregation in the Maracana is absolutely normal. There's an area high up where you can place visiting supporters. It means that the area below is then unsold. I wonder here if people got greedy and thought, let's try and sell everything and put the fans together. But that was a risk. Brazil's national group of organised fan groups had warned about the risk before the game. And what it seems happened is during the national anthems, there were flashpoints between the two groups of fans. Now, I didn't see that, but what I saw and everyone around me saw then is the police wading in with a baton charge on the Argentine fans. This was brutal and it was dangerous. The Argentine fans then retreating, reacting, throwing lots of yellow seats into the night air, throwing them at the police. As they retreat to their left, there's some Brazilian fans who have nothing to do with this whatsoever to their left, who are worried about being caught up in the incident. They're worried about maybe being crushed. They're diving over the crash barriers and onto the field. So the thing is then spreading through the stadium. As this is happening, the Argentine players, they've been lined up for the national anthem. So they're standing watching from the halfway line, and then they go right up closer to see what's happening. And they're seeing from close range there that their compatriots are on the end of this police treatment. So Lionel Messi and the Argentina team then take the decision to walk off the field. You'll remember that in the last set of World Cup qualifiers, the game between at home, Brazil at home to Argentina, it lasted less than 4 minutes. After being stopped by sanitary officials. This one, we wondered if it would even get that far, if we'd even get to the kickoff. But fortunately, things were calmed down. And what happened then was the stewards came and they formed a human shield between the two groups of fans. So I think there are two questions here. And the main one and the big one is, why on earth was there no fan separation, segregation, especially when you've got the two groups of organised supporters together? That I think is the big question, because everything then follows from that. And the other question is, was the police baton charge the most sensible way to react to the situation? Surely it would have been better had they just put in a line of separation between the two fans and avoided the escalation of an ugly situation.
And amongst all that, of course, it's been reported that Emy Martinez tried to take a police officer's baton to prevent the police officer from using it against the Argentina fans. How is that alleged incident being reported out in South America?
Well, it depends which side you want. I mean, for a lot of the Argentine press, he's a hero for acting in this way. And there have been a number of incidents during the year, during our Champions League, the Copa Libertadores, of fans of Argentine clubs being on the end of this kind of treatment. For the Argentine press, the blame is entirely with the police. I think, and as I say, I didn't see the scenes just before the baton charge, but I'm certainly willing to believe that there were flashes between the two groups of organised fans, and the Argentina fans were responsible as well. But as I say, I'm not sure the baton charge was the best response to this situation. And so if Martinez has avoided someone being hit with a baton, then I've got no problems with that.
And in terms of Lionel Messi, it's also been reported he had a clash with Rodrigo, because apparently Rodrigo called the Argentinian players cowards for going back into the dressing room. To your knowledge, is that correct?
Didn't see that. Didn't see it, but this is a conversation happening on a field where you've got 70,000 people in a stadium. So there's no way that I could overhear that. If I can just take things to the football, we journos, we love being able to say, I was there. I was there when. I was there when history was made, Brazil losing a World Cup qualifier for the first time. But it's not something that's going to live long in the memory for the right reasons. I've been in the stadium for most of the World Cup qualifiers between Brazil and Argentina. Some of them have been the finest games I've ever seen inside a stadium, just magnificent occasions. This really wasn't one of them. And maybe it's almost fitting in a way that Brazil lost to an Argentina side where Messi played one of the worst games of his 18-year international career. I don't think he was ever anywhere near fully fit last night. He was off the field during the first half for treatment. He played a very conservative game. And he was substituted with 15 minutes to go. It's something which I don't think has ever happened before in an Argentina game when the game is still live and at stake. They take off Lionel Messi. But the occasion last night, it didn't deserve the joy and the artistry that Lionel Messi can bring. It simply, unfortunately, wasn't an occasion that deserved to be lit up by that kind of genius.